Hi everyone and welcome back to the next diecast. For today's video I'll be unboxing this 1/24th scale Pagani Zonda C12 made by Motormax. So I got this model as a free gift with two models I ordered from a seller on Amazon. So I'm grateful for that. But you can find this model for usually between, I would say between $13 and $20 depending on where you actually get it from. That's a pretty standard price for these Motormax 1/24th scale models. And as you can see, it is kind of in their current box design, I guess you can call it. It's got like the picture of the headlight on top and that wheel on the side, and kind of like the red and silver, I guess, patterning throughout. But overall, this is actually a really cool model. I have a 1/18 scale version in blue as well, so I was excited to get this. So I'm looking forward to opening it up and checking it out. You see that it was a bit of a challenge to get the side flap open on here. I had to get out my knife to do that. So I just kind of pulled it like so, and then I eventually got it open. The whole entire inside of the box is made of cardboard, including the base that the car is on. That's how most of these like 1/24 scale models from the Motormax brand are. But it does have kind of a cool background to it. It says like the Motormax name on the top there. And as you can see, the bottom, it just has the same two screws that you see on pretty much every other model of this scale. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew it from the base next. All right, once I got it off the base, I took off the shipping strap. It had one on the engine cover as well, which was kind of pointless because the engine cover was already like open and stuff. But I just kind of pulled it off, and then I was able to get open the doors. All right, and here's our model with the engine cover open. And a cool feature about this model is that to open and close the engine cover, you have to actually have the doors open, which is a feature that the real Zonda has. So that's actually a pretty cool thing that Motormax did. And this is actually the same deal with their 1/18 scale version of this car too. So there's our model. Looking forward to doing a review. All right, now that we have the Zonda out of the box, we'll go ahead and take a look at the details of this model here. Now, Motormax also makes a 1/18 scale Zonda, which I also have. And some of the details are kind of similar, and some of them are kind of different if you kind of look throughout both of these cars. So with this 1/24th scale model, this is actually a very kind of heavy model. That's because this entire engine cover is made of kind of one big piece of die-cast metal. And the 1/18 scale version, it's kind of the same thing. Like you pick it up and the car just like kind of naturally falls like that a little bit because it's so heavy in the back. So I like how they kind of included that feature on the 1/24th scale version too. So if you take a look at the front, I think Motormax did a good job with like all the lights and everything on here. And yeah, these lower turn signals are just painted on, but at least they look fairly well done. They always do a good job with their headlights on all their Zonda variations. They actually have the painted black surround on here. And this piece up here, on the 1/18 scale version and on the real car, it's kind of a separate like carbon piece. On here, it's kind of ingrained like in the metalwork, but it still looks fairly well done. There's a very small Pagani badge on there too. It kind of has a three-dimensional look to it. The paint quality on this model, I would say, is pretty spotty overall. There's some areas where there's some, rough areas and a couple like scuffs and scrapes here and there. And it came in the box like that. Similar to that Aston Martin V12 Vantage, maybe because it's a white car, like you can easily see like the defects and everything on it. Motormax does make this 1/24th scale Zonda in black as well, so I don't know if that one would have less noticeable defects on it or what, but yeah, the paint quality could definitely be better, and that's kind of a disappointing feature on a lot of these models made by Motormax. They do a really good job with these wheels, I would say. They're not chrome like they are on the 1/18 scale version, and they do have brake discs in them and calipers, but they actually move with the wheels, which looks kind of strange, but at least they have that detail on there, I guess. And the wheels are properly, and tires too, back here, they're properly larger than the wheels in the front too. You do get this badge on the side here. It says Modena Design on it. I don't know if that's on their 1/18 scale version or not. This is the 2002 to 2005 Zonda C12S, which had the Mercedes-Benz 7.3 liter engines. I don't know if that was like a feature that they added on this particular variant of the Zonda, but you do see it on here, and it's on both sides of the model. And this C12 badge up here is actually painted on. On the 1/18 scale version, they do mold that into the metal like they do on here, but it's not painted silver. You have to actually paint it silver yourself or use like a Sharpie. But on this 1/24 scale version, Motormax does actually make it silver. Back here you have a small Pagani inscription, and then you have the exhaust pipe as well. They did a good job with that. Same thing with these tail lights too. And this kind of mesh, this clear mesh textured looking piece back here. It's kind of the same thing on the 1/18 scale version. I think they did a good job with that. And nothing is loose or anything too, except this mirror is kind of loose and bent. I'll have to go in there and glue that. It came that way. These aren't metal like the 1/18 scale mirrors. They're separate plastic pieces that are very fragile looking, so they might, come off. You just got to be careful with that sort of thing. And open up a really cool feature, to open up the engine cover, you actually have to open up the doors first, and that's a feature that the real car has too. So you kind of pull the doors open like so, and then you can lift up the engine cover. Very cool. I'd say it's a well done engine for a 1/24 scale model. It's got a couple of separate pieces in there. You see it has the AMG on either side for the Mercedes motor that's back here. Little tiny 7.3 logo down there. The saddlebags on the 1/18 scale version are actually textured in carbon fiber. On here they're just kind of left as like a plastic look, but at least they're separate pieces. You can actually see like the wheels back here too. Very cool. Nice heavy engine cover piece as well. There's a bit more detailing on the 1/18 scale version's engine, but that's kind of a given thing because it's a bigger model. But I'd say for this scale, I think they did a good job. They painted this brace silver. They added this silver component back here. Just an overall good job. Let's take a look at the interior next. They did a good job with these seats here. They went for a kind of more, I guess, conservative looking black and white seating arrangement instead of the really eye-popping looking blue and white on their 1/18 scale versions. I think it really does look cool on this particular car. The seats actually have a nice texture to them too. They're a bit too small, but I don't think that's a big deal. On the dashboard, you do have a sticker for the center stack, but I think that's honestly better than having just a plain, like, unpainted plastic piece there. A lot of Motormax's recent models have that. They don't even do buttons a lot of times. But on here, at least they do have kind of a sticker that looks like it's real buttons. And that latch actually kind of looks like a separate piece on that glove box there, but it's actually not. They also do a good job with the steering wheel. It should be more than one color aside from white. There should probably be some black like accents on there, but I think what they have there is just fine. And there is some slight detailing on the door panels, but not too much. At least they didn't just go for like a whole, like single colored interior. They add some color with the white seats and the white steering wheel. And it really does look awesome with this like clear roof and everything. It really adds to the overall look of the car. So for a free model, this is really not bad at all. And I would say for the regular $15 to $20 price tag, I would say it's a fairly good model. I would definitely not pay more than $20, because I think if you want to pay more than that, you should go for the 1/18 scale version of the C12 that Motormax has also made. But overall, if you're into supercars, I would definitely recommend this. Thanks for watching.